PR, 500 pounds. I'm the strongest heavyweight in existence. No spot. Let's go, champ, man. Let's go, champ. This is it. Come on, man. Come on. Lightweight. Lightweight. Come on. Ooh.
There you go. You got
that. Down low, better play, better pick.
Kind of insulting. It's brave, it's bold of him, but it's like, Jesus Christ, there's levels to this world.
So boxing legends just leaked a terrifying reaction to Jake Paul's recent training footage, and let me tell you, it has taken the fight world by storm. The YouTuber turned boxer is once again putting on a circus act. The dude has been pulling all kinds of stunts like lifting fake weights and even dressing up as a fat man to troll people online. Like seriously, who has time for that when you're about to face a legend like Mike Tyson? It's wild how Jake is treating the biggest fight of his career like a joke. While he's busy goofing off, Mike is over here grinding like he's 25 again. And trust me, the fight world has had enough. Boxing experts, pros, and pundits are putting Jake on full blast right now. They're calling him out for not taking this fight seriously, and honestly, they're right. Jake's antics are starting to wear thin, and the professionals are straight up terminating him. They've made it crystal clear. There's no room in the boxing world for someone like Jake who's all about clout and jokes rather than hard work. They're kicking him out of the sport, and let's be real, this upcoming fight might just be the nail in the coffin for Jake's whole boxing hype train. If Jake doesn't shape up and focus, he's in for a brutal reality check. Let's break down Jake's epic training fail, because this one is seriously hard to ignore. So Jake posted a video of himself supposedly lifting 500 pounds, acting like he's out here training for the biggest fight of his life. But here's the kicker. Fans immediately realized something was off. The bar wasn't bending at all. And if you've done any heavy lifting, you can instantly tell when someone is faking it. A bar loaded with 500 pounds should definitely show some serious flex, but in Jake's case, it looked like he was lifting an empty bar with a bunch of plastic weights slapped on. Fans caught on fast, and it didn't take long for the internet to erupt with reactions. People were calling him out left and right, accusing him of capping, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. This was just one of many stunts Jake has been pulling lately, and instead of getting focused and locked in for what's arguably the biggest fight of his career, he's been out here making silly training videos. Like, dude, dressing up as a fat man and feasting on McDonald's? What are you trying to prove? I mean, look at the guy. Jake doesn't look like someone who's about to step into the ring with the Mike Tyson. The man doesn't exactly scream championship-level conditioning right now. And let's be real, Jake may have made some waves in the boxing world recently, but that doesn't mean he's ready to hang with legends, especially not Mike Tyson, who's an absolute beast in and out of the ring. Tyson's not someone you can clown around with, and it's crazy that Jake isn't taking this more seriously. Jake has built his brand around being an influencer-turned-boxer, which is cool and all, but when you're about to face a guy like Tyson, you've got to put in the work. And right now, Jake's not doing that. He's more focused on pulling pranks and playing around on social media than actually preparing for the fight of his life. It's like he doesn't even realize what's at stake here. If Jake wants to be taken seriously in the world of boxing, especially against someone as iconic as Mike Tyson, he's going to need to step it up big time. Instead of posting fake weightlifting videos and goofing around, Jake should be out there training like a real fighter. He should be focused on improving his speed, his stamina, his technique, everything. Tyson is a powerhouse, even at his age, and Jake is treating this fight like a joke. But here's the thing. This is no ordinary fight. This is Mike Tyson we're talking about. A guy who dominated the heavyweight division for years. And even though he's older now, he's still got that killer instinct. Tyson isn't someone you can sleep on. But Jake seems to think he can just coast through this fight on hype and internet fame. Hear me out, boxing pros and pundits are absolutely roasting Jake Paul for this latest fiasco, and honestly, they've had enough. Jake has been riding the wave of fame, hype, and jokes for way too long, but at some point, the clown act gets old. Sure, using humor and trash talk to hype up a fight is one thing. That's a part of the sport. We get it. It's showbiz. But when that's all you're doing, and there's no actual hard work to back it up, yeah, people start losing patience real quick. And the boxing community, they're done with Jake's antics. Let's be real here. Boxing isn't just about talking the talk. You've got to walk the walk. And right now, Jake's not even lacing up his shoes. He's too busy pulling pranks, dressing up, and posting questionable training videos with fake weights. And while that might get him likes and views on Instagram or TikTok, the fight world is not impressed. The professionals, the guys who've been in the trenches, who've earned their spot in the ring, are looking at Jake like, "What are you doing, man?" Boxing pundits have been putting Jake on full blast. They're calling him out for treating this fight like a joke, and they're not wrong. These are people who live and breathe the sport. They know what it takes to be a champion, and they know when someone isn't putting in the work. For Jake to be out here pulling circus stunts instead of grinding in the gym, it's a slap in the face to the sport and to the fans who want to see a real fight. Get this, UFC President Dana White always has something to say about Jake, and he has weighed in. White has been against the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul matchup ever since it was announced. This guy believes that Mike should stay out of the ring for good and respect his age. The fight world is putting Paul on a blast for making a dirty move by not only challenging, but stepping into the ring with Mike, who will be 58 by the time this fight sees the light of day.
Jake fought a guy who was his age and who was also considered a boxer, and he lost. So if you can keep 50-something-year-olds
You don't think Tyson has a chance?
and making a living at it, I think that Mike Tyson has a puncher's chance against anybody.
Jake's whole attitude is rubbing the fight world the wrong way. Boxing pros are looking at him and saying, there's no place for this kind of behavior in the sport. Floyd Mayweather, one of the greatest boxers to ever step into the ring, isn't holding back when it comes to calling out Jake Paul. Floyd has been watching Jake's antics from the sidelines, and let's just say he's not impressed. According to Mayweather, Jake isn't anywhere close to being ready to hang with a legend like Mike Tyson. In fact, Floyd went on record to say that Jake's behavior is more fitting for a toddler than a professional athlete. I mean, come on, pulling stunts like fake weightlifting and dressing up like a fat man isn't exactly how you prepare for the biggest fight of your career. Floyd's message to Jake is simple. If you're going to step into the ring with a legend, you've got to bring something real to the table. Mike Tyson isn't just any opponent. This is a man who's spent his life perfecting his craft, destroying competition and earning his status as the baddest man on the planet. Floyd knows firsthand what it takes to be at the top. And from where he's standing, Jake's nowhere near that level. Mayweather's been calling out Jake for acting like a child, saying that the influencer boxer doesn't have the discipline, focus, or mentality required to face someone like Tyson. As Floyd put it, you can't play boxing. These pros know that boxing isn't just about what you do in the ring. It's about what you do before you even step in there. It's the hours in the gym, the blood, sweat, and tears. It's pushing yourself to the limit, both physically and mentally. And Jake? He's not giving that energy. The boxing world is seeing right through his gimmicks, and they're done playing along. They're terminating him, plain and simple. They're saying, you want to be a boxer? Act like one. This upcoming fight against Mike Tyson isn't just another YouTube event or some social media boxing match. This is the real deal, and Jake's treating it like a joke. And if he keeps this up, boxing experts are making it clear there's no future for Jake in this sport. The hype train might be rolling right now, but without the hard work, it's about to hit a wall, and that wall is Mike Tyson. If Jake doesn't start taking things seriously, this fight could be the beginning of the end for his boxing career. As for Jake, he's got a lot to train for after that humiliating video. If I were Jake, I would take Joe Rogan's words seriously and hit the gym more often, and not to make silly videos.
You think you can knock him out?
Can I ask you a question?
I think there's a very,
that's
very high chance of that.
You
he's
think
not,
you
he's
can
not
knock
the
out
same,
Mike Tyson?
He's not the same. He's not the same fighter that he once was, and he knows that.
Stop it, bro.
Alex, you think you could beat up every white guy? What are you talking about?
I think it's a great fight. I think it is a great fight for that exact reason. Me boxing on the outside, him trying to come forward to knock me out. I have one punch power. He has one punch power. Who wins?
When you've got a room full of people telling you to take Mike seriously, you take Mike seriously, Jake. Yeah, because the 58-year-old, on the other hand, is gearing up like a beast. There's a reason why Mike's considered the best boxer of all time. He's got a champion's mindset, which means he gives every single fight his blood, sweat, and tears, no matter who the opponent is. Even in a clash with Jake Paul, he's training like he's a newbie getting ready for his debut. I mean, take a look for yourself. Iron Mike isn't here to play.
Day two, I'm getting ready for you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's a dangerous man right there. Mike's training footage compared to Jake's sparring failure is a wake-up call for the YouTuber turned boxer, to say the least. This performance has raised a lot of eyebrows in the fight world, and boxing pros are hopping on the bandwagon to share their 2 cents on the whole fiasco. Very few have praised Jake Paul for finally stepping in with tough opponents, while many others are on the same page as Rogan and believe that Jake might be in over his head. So there you go, fight world, that's all I have for you today. What do you think about this whole situation? Do you agree with the boxing pros, or do you think they're being too harsh on Jake Paul? Fill the comment section with your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more boxing news. See you in the next video.